Hi, I'm Allie Mitchell, the Program Director for Arkansas A+. In this video, I will be demonstrating one of the many ways to facilitate a conversation about an artwork. During this demonstration, Alyssa and Sally will act as participants or students. After the demonstration, I'll share a little bit more about the framework that I'm using to structure this conversation and ways that you might use this with your students. Take a few moments to look at this artwork. It is called Time for You and Joy to Get Acquainted by JooYoung Choi. It was created in 2017 and is made from a wooden armature, fabric, and polyfoam. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you would like some extra time to look at the artwork. Now that everyone has had a chance to take a good look at the artwork, let's talk about it. What do you see here?
I notice the red immediately. It almost looks like an animal, but I can't tell exactly. A dinosaur type form that's mostly red with some blue spots, and his neck seems to kind of curve around two figures.
Yeah. So you're seeing this pretty large animal, red, and its neck is almost framing a couple of figures in the artwork.
Yeah, I would say that on that dinosaur-like animal, I see a lot of flowers, I think, which I also see a lot of flowers on the ground.
Yeah, so there's flowers both on the dinosaur figure and all over the ground, and they're all different colors, right?
Well, and the flowers on the ground look like they're growing. It's very realistic with stems and leaves and petals, and the detail is pretty remarkable.
I would agree that they're realistic because I see a sunflower, I see cattails, so I see different types of flowers that I recognize.
Yeah, so we're able to actually identify some of these flowers. Great.
I kind of wonder what the figures are doing and who they are. One looks like she has moons and stars on her, dots or something, and the yellow figure almost looks like he's in a spacesuit or Darth Vader mask or something.
Mm-hmm. And there's some other, I assume, creature that I see near the face of the Brontosaurus. Its colors like it's dressed like Winnie the Pooh, but the shape is not like Winnie the Pooh, so I'm not really sure what that figure is.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out who these figures are, how they all are interacting, what's happening, and I would love to share a little bit more about the background of this artwork with you both. JooYoung Choi and the artwork she has created both really speak to this idea of imagination and its importance, not only for children, but also for adults. Choi believes that imagination holds a lot of power, and she has created this world she's called the Cosmic Womb, and it's a planet that stretches 6,732 miles, and is governed by Queen Keok and a group of humanoid creatures. The motto for the planet is "Have faith, for you have always been loved." This particular artwork depicts just one scene from a much larger saga in the Cosmic Womb. And we can talk a little bit in just a moment about who some of these characters are and the bigger story that's happening here. But Choi is really thinking about how through storytelling and world building you can explore these ideas of identity, belonging, trauma, resilience, a lot of the things that we're talking about today in this class. What do you think is going on in this artwork?
I'm not really sure. I'm wondering if the figure in black with the white polka dots is the queen or the royal person that you mentioned. I'm not really sure of the whole title there. And then maybe one of the yellow figure is the humanoid. But I really don't know. They look like they're in a very casual conversation, so it doesn't really look like a royal conversation.
I think whatever this scene is a happy scene. Like, most of the figures look like they're smiling. A lot of the colors are what feel like bright and cheerful colors to me. So I think whatever we're seeing is a positive interaction.
Right. So I'm seeing, maybe just to combine those two thoughts, a pretty informal but very positive interaction between these characters. So I think what you all have kind of pulled out of this is this idea that Choi has a very specific narrative that she's telling, but she's also very interested in having the folks that view her artwork bring something to it, where she has had long conversations about different characters in her artwork and who they are and what their motivations are and everything like that with the folks that see her artwork. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the story that she's telling with this and how this particular artwork fits into the cosmic womb. But I love the way that you all were really digging into the characters. Spaziatano is the black and white polka dot character, and she is a hero who has freed many people from a dictator. Spaziatano has saved her boyfriend Amplexus, the yellow and black character, polka dotted character, and together they're riding off into the sunset on the back of a dinosaur named Perennial Favorites. So very much like the Disney-esque scene, Choi thought that the dinosaur was the perfect chariot, if you will, for this pair. We do know a little bit more about Perennial Favorites, though, the dinosaur character. When talking about the dinosaur, Choi shared that during her childhood, she remembers periods of time when scientists would talk about how it was believed that the Brontosaurus, which is what this is meant to be, didn't exist, and then times whenever it did exist. And her immediate thought was, well, where does it go when it doesn't exist? She really took that idea, and that's what led to the creation of Perennial Favorites. I want to share this quote by Choi that says, "There are moments in our lives when maybe people make us feel like we're not as real as we would like to be, or validate our experiences. This character kind of symbolizes that going back and forth between being recognized for who you are and then being denied for who you are. Even as a child, I thought, where does the Brontosaurus go when we don't believe in it? I thought, well, the Brontosaurus can come to the cosmic womb and hang out there until humans get their act together and let it be a dinosaur again." Thank you for looking at this artwork with me. Now let's talk a little bit about the framework that was used for the discussion. This facilitation model is called See, Think, Wonder, and it was developed through Project Zero at Harvard's Graduate School of Education. Project Zero focuses on learning in and through the arts and is a rich resource for thinking routines like this one that can be applied in the classroom. This thinking routine, See, Think, Wonder, encourages close examination of an artwork and its interpretation. It is often used with the visual arts to help students develop their thinking based on the visual as evidence seen in an artwork and the information provided by the facilitator. Participants respond to 3 questions. What do you see? What do you think about that? And what does it make you wonder? The facilitator continues the conversation by paraphrasing what the participants shared, highlighting connections between what different participants have to say, and providing additional context for the artwork.